Congratulations. We're almost at the end of the line. I know there's a song that says end of the line. Maybe it's George Harrison or the Traveling Wilburys. But I love that because it means you have met the requirements for this class, and we are now getting to the point where you are feeling a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more knowledgeable. I can see the confidence on your face. I can see most of you smiling and really connecting to your words, and really not afraid to be emotional, not afraid to really speak up your truth, your humanity, and that's wonderful. And for some of you, this has been quite the challenge, and I understand that because it's just so weird, right? You have to do how many presentations to this video, and you do not get feedback immediately, and sometimes really never from some of your peers, so you're just throwing it out into the universe. But it really is for you to develop your oral communication muscle, and you've done it. And you are ready to go out into the real world in a face-to-face audience and connect, just like you've done in this class. I appreciate your genuineness, your honesty. Isn't it been great to meet real people with real thoughts and ideas? We have one more presentation, the final word, and it is your final word in this class. So you're speaking to your group. Whatever comes to your mind that you'd like to share, it could have a totally creative side to it too, something we haven't done yet, like a after dinner speech, which would be a funny speech if you'd like to do that. It could be reflection on your semester. It could be another in the news. It could even be another self-introduction. You know, we do the self-introduction in a nanosecond, right? I said, just say 3 things about yourself that we can't see. Well, now that you've had some time to get to know each other, maybe there's more you'd like to share about yourself with the class. So feel free. Could be another persuasion. It's just another time for you to have a message, use your oral communication skills, and connect to the audience. And when I know on some of the feedback, I've even cried listening to your presentations. That's a good thing, you know, because when you can affect someone emotionally, especially when you intended to, because the presentation was emotional, that means you've done your job. For an example, in the personal experience, when Alex was talking about his Fifi, I started crying. And when I tried to send back a oral feedback, I had to do it about 4 times because I just kept tearing up. That was a good sign, Alex. That means you confidently and appropriately shared your grief and your emotions, and it connected to me. Some of the stories we've heard and some of the presentations I know have connected to individuals because I see it in your journal, and that's a beautiful thing. It really is, and that's a gift to the whole class. So one more presentation, and then we go into the we go into the final exam, and the final exam is in 3 parts. I'll talk more about it, but the first part is you're going to select one of the discussion boards, one of the videos we've watched, mostly TED Talks, that you connected to, and I call it your takeaway. Tell us which one you particularly, will remember and that you feel like you've learned something from or you enjoyed for whatever reason. And I can see that everyone has more than one because when I read the discussion boards, I can tell when something hits home. So that's first part. And if you're doing your final exam orally, which you can, that would be about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. Next part, go back to the journals and select a student in our class that you particularly enjoyed listening to. Who was the student? What topics did they speak about? And why? Did you feel like you connected to the student or you really enjoyed? Maybe you watched their growth or their progress and you could like relate to it and you will remember that student. And then the third part is self-reflection. And each one of these parts, if you're doing it orally, will be like about a minute and a half. But if you're writing, I think I said 2 to 3 paragraphs. Did I say that? I don't know. I have it written down. You can write out your final exam, or you can do it like we've been doing on VoiceThread. But the self-reflection is like, what did you feel about this class? What were the high points? What were the low points? Like, what will you take from it? And some of you have already done that. When you have in your presentations, you've talked about this class. In the personal experience, Rachel, for example, she talked about this class. She talked about how some of the videos made her start to really think about her own family dynamic and how she felt like they did a little bit too much texting instead of talking face to face. So this was what this class was about, just getting us to think and to take in what made sense to us and leave the rest. So 3 parts to the final exam, 1 on the discussion boards, 1 on the journals, and 1 self-reflection. I'll spell it out a little bit better for you the next time I speak to you, or maybe I won't. But I open the final exam on December 4th and close it on December 14th. So you have 10 days to do it. And most students find it very fair. And they enjoy the reflection, like, yeah, let me think about this class one more time. It's a humanities class, it's a communication class, it transfers everywhere, but the rest of this story is for you to continue. Keep listening and keep speaking. Thank you all. I've enjoyed meeting you so much. I cannot wait to see you in real life. There'll be a day, maybe we'll be at a Red Sox game, and I'll look over and I'll see, there's Ken, or there's Sydney. And if I come up to you too exuberantly, you can pretend like you don't know me. But I probably will be a little bit over the top happy, but I'll try to be more low-key. If I'm with my boyfriend or my daughter, they'll say, calm down. No one is that happy to see you. But I always get excited when I see my students. My asynchronous students are very special to me. Thank you so much.